Hey everyone and welcome. Today we're going to take a pretty wild tour of our cosmic neighborhood. Why? To understand something we think we know really well, time. But you're about to find out that a day or even a year can be completely different depending on which planet you're on. So buckle up, because we're about to take off.
Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever been sitting in class just staring at the clock, willing it to go faster, wishing the day would just end? Well, you might want to be careful what you wish for, because on one of our neighbor planets, a single day is actually longer than its entire year. Pretty wild, right? Stick with us, and you'll find out exactly which planet I'm talking about. So, to figure out these totally bizarre differences in time, we first need to get the basics down. It all comes down to the two main ways a planet moves through space. You can kind of think of them as a planet's two signature dance moves. So, first up, we've got what's called rotation. This is just the planet spinning on its own axis, like a top spinning on a table. The time it takes for one full spin? Yep, that's what we call a day. And then there's the second move, revolution. This is the big one. It's the whole journey a planet takes in its path, or orbit, all the way around the sun. Think of it like running a giant lap on a track, and however long it takes to finish that one huge lap, that's what we call a year. In this image here, it shows it all perfectly. On the left, you see the rotation. That's the spin that gives us day and night. And on the right, the revolution. That's the long trip that gives us our seasons and our year. Just two moves, a spin and a journey, but they literally define how we experience time. All right, before we blast off into the rest of the solar system, let's start with our home base, the one we all know and love, Earth. We're going to use our time as the yardstick to measure everything else. Here on Earth, things are, pretty straightforward. One rotation, one day, takes 24 hours. Easy enough. And one revolution, 1 year, takes about 365 and a quarter days. And that little leftover quarter of a day, that's exactly why we have a leap year every 4 years, to catch things up. So remember these numbers. They're our starting point.
Okay, first stop on our tour, the inner solar system. This is home to the rocky planets, the ones huddled up close to the sun. And let me tell you, this is where time starts to get really weird. So first up, we've got tiny little Mercury. Its day is just so slow. We're talking almost 59 of our days for just one of its days to pass. But since it's so close to the sun, it just zips around on its orbit. A full year on Mercury is only 88 Earth days. All right, prepare to have your mind blown. Take a look at this number, 243. What on Earth could that be? The number of moons? Nope. The temperature? Not even close. This is the number of Earth days in one single day on our next planet. That's right. One day on Venus lasts 243 Earth days. Now look at its year. It's only 225 Earth days long. This is it. This is the planet I was talking about. A single day on Venus is longer than its entire year. Let that sink in. How is that even possible? Next stop, the famous red planet, Mars. Now, a day on Mars is going to feel surprisingly familiar. It's just over 24 and a half hours long, so super close to our own. But its year? Whoa. Because it's farther from the sun, it has a way longer track to run. Its year is almost twice as long as ours, clocking in at 687 Earth days. Okay, let's say goodbye to the inner planets and head out to the giants of the solar system. Out here in the cheek seats, the days get surprisingly fast, but the years, oh boy, they're about to get long. Welcome to Jupiter, the undisputed king of the planets. This behemoth spins so incredibly fast that it has the shortest day in the entire solar system, just under 10 hours. But its trip around the sun, that takes a while. We're talking almost 12 of our Earth years for just one Jupiter year. Next up, the one with the rings, the beautiful Saturn. Its day is pretty similar, also super short at about 10 hours. But a year on Saturn? You'd be waiting nearly 30 of our years for that to pass. Imagine celebrating a birthday only once every 30 years. As we drift even further out, we get to the icy giant Uranus. Here, a single year takes 84 Earth years. I mean, think about that. That's longer than most people live. You literally wouldn't even make it to your first birthday on Uranus. And for our final stop, we arrive at Neptune, the farthest and coldest planet. Its year is the longest of them all.
a truly staggering 164.8 Earth years. And get this, since we first discovered Neptune way back in 1846, it has only completed one single trip around the sun. Just one Neptune year has passed in all that time. Phew, what a trip, right? We've seen lightning-fast days and years that last for centuries. So now that we've seen all that, have you started to notice a pattern? I mean, specifically about the length of a planet's year? I mean, when you see it all laid out like this, the pattern just jumps right out at you, doesn't it? Look, from Mercury's quick 88-day sprint all the way out to Neptune's 165-year marathon, the length of the year just keeps getting longer and longer and longer.
It all boils down to one simple golden rule. The farther away a planet is from the sun, the bigger its orbit is, right? It has a much longer track to run. And a longer path means a longer revolution, which means a longer year. It's really that simple.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? Our 24-hour day and 365-day year, it feels so normal, so right. But it's just our little corner of the universe. It leaves you wondering, if time is this bizarre just in our own backyard, what other completely wild ways of experiencing time are out there? On all those planets orbiting distant stars across the entire universe?